when we take a look at it, they have a symbol like X, and up here they have A, which will be a number associated with that, and then down here there'll be Z. Okay, so this would be the proton number, and then no, I'm sorry, got that mixed up. This is the mass number up there. So this is the bigger number. So this would be the mass number up here. And then this is the number of protons down there. And then sometimes we'll have something out here, and out here will be the charge. So it'll be like -1, -2, +1, +2. Okay, so that gives you a ton of information about the atom that we're looking at. So I'm going to do four initial problems kind of with this setup. So I'm going to give you information, and then from that information you're going to go ahead and write that symbol. I think my paper, I get too close and then it goes haywire on me. Okay, so I'll do the first one for you, and then from that I want you to try to do B, C, and D. So on the first one, which of the two do I look at to find X? So I got to find out what symbol it's talking about. So what X is. Do I look at the neutron number or Z, which is the number of protons?
Protons.
Okay, protons. So then I would look at 17, and 17 is which one? Chlorine. So I would go ahead and go chlorine. And then I would go ahead and put down 17 here. And then up above, I'm going to put what?
35.
35. Okay, so why is 35? Because the mass number is the neutrons and the protons added up. So I would take 17 plus 18, and that gives me 35. And that's the mass number. Okay, so these are all going to be whole numbers. So what I'd like you to attempt to do is do B, C, and D. And you're going to do the same that I did. You're going to write the symbol. Basically, you're going to write whatever's missing. There's going to be one thing that's missing, and you got to figure out what that is. Either you don't know what the element is, you don't know the mass number, or you don't know the number of protons, which is the atomic number. So go ahead and do those three. So I want you to go ahead and look at the weight, or what we call the atomic mass or atomic weight for copper. What is the atomic weight for copper? 63.546, right? So which of those two isotopes do you think is most common in that sample? So if I have a sample of copper, I'm going to have both those isotopes in there at a different percentage. Okay? And there's only two copper isotopes. So which one is most prominent in the sample?
63.
63, right? Because the weight is closer to 63 than it is to 65. So again, this is how you go ahead and write your different isotopes. The only thing that's not on this is charges, and we'll get to those here in a second, but that's how you would write those all out. And you have 2 isotopes for copper. Now some atoms have a bunch of isotopes. Some of them are very rare, but that's how you would distinguish one type of atom of copper from another type of atom of copper, and it's based upon the number of neutrons that you have. Okay. The other part of the assignment that you'll have to do is where the isotopes are written out for you, and you just have to write down the number of particles you have for protons, neutrons, and electrons. So we're going to do 5 of them here. Actually, I'm going to do 4 of them. That's right. So that bottom one don't write out yet because I think it's wrong. Yes. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and do the first one because I think you can do that, and I'll do the second one. We'll do the second one together, and then the third and fourth one I'll have you do.
So we just write how many protons?
So yeah, just the number of neutrons and protons and electrons all the way across for that first one. So again, on that one, the atomic number is number of protons. That's why that's 50. Subtract 50 from 118, get 68. And then the only thing that can vary is electrons. So if it's a positive, you have to lose that many electrons to have an overall positive charge. Give you another minute. Think about that. If you're done with that, I'll go ahead and write the assignment up here so you can write it down. If you got a book at home, of course you can just get it off of that. If you want to take a picture of the assignment out of the book, I don't care. You can do that too. Like if you're going to work on it and before you get home or whatever the case might be. I will give you that as well. So I'll just go through these answers and then give it to you. Okay, so this first one, what do we have? 15, 16, and we have to add 3 electrons, so that'd be 18. Next one would be 25. We subtract 25 from 55, we get 30. And then the plus 7 means that we have 7 less than 25, because we got 7 more protons. So that would be 18. So your assignment, it'll go pretty quick because basically we did something real similar to what you just went through. And so the assignment would be page 67, and what I want you to do would be 62, 63, 65, and 68. And the odds, you can check your answers. So as you go through them, 63 and 65, you can check your answer. 62 and 68, you won't. This will be graded. You guys will turn this in the tray sometime tomorrow. Okay? So you got the rest of the time to work on that. And tomorrow we'll work on our lab. And be done with that. And then Friday, what I'll probably do is I'll hit some points dealing with the periodic table and some of the different areas of the periodic table and what they tend to do. That area tend to gain electrons and lose electrons, and if they gain or lose, their position will allow you to determine how much is gained and lost most of the time, not all the time. So probably do that on Friday.